Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Draft Combine Part 2, Episode 2, however you want to phrase it. We are on the hunt for the best that the community has to offer to bring back a new era of WIW, and we are kicking off tonight with a division that we didn't get to see last week, but one that has been simmering in the background, waiting for its chance to itch out onto the main screen. Amber Young is out next to kick off our first women's division match of the Draft Combine. A triple threat elimination this will be to showcase the women's division. Now, unfortunately, we haven't had a lot of returns in the women's division, but these three women are about to show what they are capable of, and Amber Young, from the bits that I've seen of her from behind the scenes and in training, an incredible striker in terms of kicks and punches. She's got some grapples under her belt as well, and she'll be looking and eager to make an instant first impression, because a lot of these women are going to all be on the same page, a clean sheet for the women's division. They need to show what they are capable of here tonight, and they're going to try and do that here. Entry number 2, Tiffany, Nicole Torres, or if you want to keep it short and sweet, TNT. An explosive wrestler who's looking to make an instant impact in the women's scene and try and make her name known to the people. Now remember, the usual rules apply here. It is 15-minute time limit. You are subject to eliminations as well. So if you are pinned or submitted inside of the ring, you risk being eliminated. And of course, the more time you can spend in this ring, the more time you get to show your value and your worth. And the last entrant into the ring here, someone who debut we've been anticipating since last week's debut of the Samoan Society. It is the woman of the Samoan Society. It is Sefina. Now, Aku will also be making his debut tonight, and so the man and the woman who taken the front charge in the Samoan Society will be looking to make an instant impact, but in two very competitive divisions. It's never a guarantee that they're going to walk out on top, but if anyone will feel confident going in, it's these two. "15 minutes on the clock, bell rings and away we go." And oh my god, starting with a headbutt to a Samoan is a great way to get things going. Breaking tradition there with a huge suplex as well, following the headbutt. Sefina with a rolling senton there following Tiffany's offense. And three newcomers to the scene here in the women's division. You'll be expecting to see a lot more new faces. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of returnees from the original WIW. However, these women are here to prove that they are the next generation of WIW superstars and phenomenons. And straight away here, Sefina going to start with the suplex, I think. Oh, but TNT see it coming, and she has dealt with it. Beautiful work there, and a massive clothesline. And straight away, these two noticing the threat here of Sefina. They've already seen the work in the Samoan Society, so trying to deal with her in the early going might be the good strat. And an early 2 count there from Amber Young, trying to take advantage. Tiffany now trading things with Amber Young. And Young, oh my god, nice little roll through. Oh, and a massive kick to the jaw. Oh, and she saw Sefina coming. Well scouted there by Amber Young. And now staying on top of there, there's a huge knee, but couldn't turn around in time to spot the running Tiffany Torres. But she returns the favor with a V-trigger. Went for the legs there, but it was scouted by Tiffany Torres. An explosive start here from these three women, and Sefina now taking advantage, folding her inside out there with a running clothesline, and then backs up again. Strategical there from Sefina. She's a smart woman, but we know she's also a powerhouse in her own right here in the women's division. Amber Young, Death Valley driver, and oh my god, flew over the top of Torres to land that strike to Sefina. And all three women now on the outside, maybe thinking weapons. Amber Young's got a ladder, Tiffany's got a bat, and Sefina's got a chair. Oh, but the ladder beats chair on that occasion. And Amber Young again, the same with the baseball bat. And went to go again, but Sefina had it scouted that time. The chops in from Sefina. And look at this. Oh, Uranagi on the ladder. That's going to do the damage. Oh, look at this. These two going coast to coast here on the ring. Sefina was the one who grabs her first. And a butterfly suplex for good measure. What a start to this matchup. These women are going absolutely insane to start off here. Bit of taunting for Sefina before the chops are laid in. Gets her up. Looking Samoan driver and connects with it. But Amber Young with the table to the back of Sefina. She saw it coming and she dealt with it. Wipes her out. What's she thinking now? Another Uranagi from Sefina. And Torres went for the clothesline, didn't quite get all of it. And Sefina's now able to take advantage with another butterfly suplex. And the power of Sefina is on full display. And I think that Young and Torres are recognizing the threat that Sefina is bringing to this match. What a combination there from Amber Young. And a strike to the back there from Tiffany Torres to take advantage. And these three women are putting on one hell of a show to open up tonight. We already know the main event of the divine right of Lawless and Bruiser Brad will be taking on Justice of Brad Skeens and AD Nathaniel. Whilst they won't be exclusively a tag team Justice, they will definitely be looking to work together. Or maybe they will be teaming together. We still don't have a clear mission statement of what Justice is going to be this time round. Amber Young going for a cover, and it's a 1 count. Of course, we also know that Aku of the Samoan Society will be in action tonight, as we confirmed last week. It's Sefina here now trying to rep her Samoan Society brethren. Big strike across the jaw. And now look at this. Laser out there with the pump handle slam. And beautifully done with the strikes after from Amber Young to try and take control. The crowd are very lively here. Everyone's standing on the edge of their seats right now. Nobody is watching this with boredom in their eyes from the crowd. And I'm sure that you at home are enjoying this as much as I am. 2 count there on Amber Young. On Tiffany Torres, excuse me. And now Sefina looking to use her superior power game with the power bomb there, but TNT saw it coming. And Amber Young now using her superior striking game to her advantage. She really has been dominating with the strikes, kicks to the gut. And Sefina's going to take this time to get a weapon. The big kick to the jaw. Oh, and follow through with the kick. And you can definitely see that she favors the martial arts style. And now what is Young thinking? Young, oh, massive punt kick right to the face of Tiffany. That could be the end of Torres' night, and it is. Amber Young gets the elimination, and we are down to the final 2 women with 10 minutes left on the clock. And the chair shot from Sefina there to Amber Young, but she take her eye on the prize. Oh no, she didn't. She had to block. Oh, the massive spinning heel kicks there right to the jaw. Sefina's in trouble, but she's able to power out and get the 2. Amber Young there, almost walking away with the win. So far, we've had a draw and a win from the Samoan Society. Sefina will be looking to make it a 2nd win. But I think that would be a huge disappointment if she can't get the win here. Young with the stairs. She's positioned him a bit closer to Sefina, but she might pay the price for that. Sefina now, look at this, using her superior strength here to just toss her around, using the turnbuckles there for a bit of extra leverage. And trying to stay on top there. Running uppercut. Huge strike. And now might be looking to use the stairs to her advantage. But Amber Young not going to let her do it. Getting her out. Electric chair. In a bad spot there. Oh, she crashes into the stairs. Off the rolling elbow. And with 9 minutes remaining, these women are looking to make a lasting impression. Tiffany probably was the weaker of the 3 in this exchange, but she had a decent enough showing. Oh, massive knee strike. And Sefina, you could see, almost had her lights out there as another knee lands in her face. Tiffany watching at ringside here. Watching on. Laudicus, of course, overseeing the proceedings. And Amber Young going up now. She's preferred the strikes, but what's she thinking from the top? Oh, was looking for a double stomp. Sefina saw it coming. But Laudicus getting in the way there meant that Sefina was met with a massive knee. But a huge kick out there, a very strong power out. Young has taken control of the match. She's looking for the exclamation mark on it, but she can't seem to find it. Sefina punches the chair out of the hands of Amber Young. And now powers are up, and this is the strength I'm talking about here. The delayed suplex, giving her a second to breathe here. A very impressive showing there from Sefina of her strength. And was able to punch the chair out of her hand, which she is now looking to use to her advantage, but was caught sleeping. Was once again landed with a huge running knee. Amber Young staying on top, spinning back fist. Couple of heavy strikes before a step-up kick right to the jaw. And the striking game of Amber Young is really showing dividends here. She is looking like a very big threat to the rest of the women's division right now. And now putting the chair away, might be looking to finish this one off. Sefina in trouble. Big spinning heel kicks once again to the jaw. And Amber Young,
I was about to call the finish. I was about to say Amber Young had this one won, but Sefina powers out again. And Sefina showing her resilience above all else right now. Staying in this matchup. Going back to the outside. All went for the baseball slide, but Sefina ducked. Good ring awareness there. Or out of ring awareness, as I guess it were. 6 or 7 minutes, I guess, in full. All dared to come for it, and she fell victim to her own cockiness there. Young sensing she had control, and now might pay the price for that. Now looking for the powerbomb again. Gets her up. Oh, but Young once again able to strike a way out of it, as she seems to prefer. Or misses the kick that time. And is all pushed the stairs away. Oh, an exchange there that no one could get the better of. Big strike combo from Amber Young. Kick to the chest. And another one. And a spinning kick to the gut as well. Desperation cover. Trying to wrap her up. Trying to get rid of Sefina. But once again, Sefina is able to kick. And what does Amber Young have to do to get rid of her? She's already hit a series of massive strikes. She just can't find the finishing blow. But this could be it. We know how devastating the punt kick can be. And surely that's lights out for her now. But I don't think she's done with her yet. Amber Young grabs the chair. Is she thinking about using it? No, she fought against it. And instead is looking once again for the spinning heel kick combination. Sefina, can she find an answer to it this time? No, she can't. Good night, Sefina. What a first outing here from Amber Young. An impressive display. And Amber Young gets the job done. A huge win with about 5 minutes left in the contest. Showing her superior striking game and showing her dominance in this one. Sefina, a good second place there. But she really showed her resilience more than anything, because Amber Young had complete control of the situation for a long time. And she really showed the dominance there. Amber Young, that's going to massively bump up her draft stock for the women's division. And that is a great showcase of what the women's division has to offer going forward. A fantastic showing, a fantastic match, and great work done there from Amber Young, Sefina, and Tiffany Torres. Let's move on down the rest of tonight's card, because we've got plenty more action to come tonight.
An incredible women's contest to kick off tonight's card. And now we move on from one division to another as we move on to the tag division. And we welcome back two of the greatest who rubber stamp their place at One for the Road as one of the, if not the, greatest tag team that WIW has ever had. It is the former NFL quarterbacks, or NFL potential quarterbacks from the draft, turned wrestlers, former Mayhem and Fight Night tag team champions, Kazari and Xander, Patrick Green. The Linebacks are back, and they are looking to return to their dominance of the tag team scene. Still no Coach Wilson. We hear that he's on a reduced schedule these days, Coach Wilson, of course, due to his increase in age. But you can, if you listen very carefully, still listen to him screaming very angrily in the locker room instructions at the boys. But you can see they're running a lot more free, a lot more lighthearted, a bit more hyped up without Coach Wilson. Wilson runs a tight ship. And speaking of a tight ship, tag team number 2 is another returning tag team champion of the Revolution brand. The only, I believe, tag team champions of the Revolution brand. Alex Wolf on your left, Dustin Kane on your right, otherwise known as the Immortals. The Revolution Tag Team Champions, who of course at the very early stages of the Revolution brand formed a very strong alliance with that brand's world champion Amari Williams, which allowed them to take early control while everyone else in the brand was still figuring out their feet, trying to find a place. These two rubber stamped themselves in the tag division immediately, which is exactly what you want to do. And now they're looking to move up to the main roster level, and they're looking to produce at a high level. And I tell you what, the Linebacks versus these two, Wolf and Kane, is definitely something I want to see. But now they've got more competition. They're coming their way. Another returnee from the Revolution brand, but also another returnee from One for the Road, Merritt and Nux, otherwise known as the Order. Now, Nux managed to get himself as the final participant in that matchup with the Aces of Hearts, but he made one fatal mistake. When it came down to a 2v2 and the second person wasn't his partner, he couldn't form an alliance. He couldn't work with the person that he was stuck with. He had to just try and take it on his own. And Nux is a big guy, but he's going to have to do better than that. And Merritt is someone who knows his way around. He's got the skill, he's got the expertise, but he hasn't really shown it at one for the road. And so Merritt will need to step up here and start making bigger contributions to his team, because Nux isn't going to be able to carry a load like that in a match like this. Fatal 4-way tornado tag match. And of course, there is still the 15-minute time limit, and there is still elimination, so a lot of eliminations to go around. And making their debut here tonight, the only team making their debut in this tag match, Duke Maxwell and Owen Garrett, simply known as the House. And as you can see on the shirt there, they say the House always wins, and they'll be looking for a strong win tonight. A win against tag teams of this caliber, well-established WIW alumni, would go a huge way into catapulting these guys up the rankings and making it clear that they're here to stay in the world of WIW.
15 minutes on the clock, bell rings, and away we go. We've got a chaotic 15 minutes ahead of us now. This match has been tweaked slightly because, of course, there's a lot of people and it is still elimination and it's still only 15 minutes. So, Falls Count Anywhere have been instated. So, if you can pin someone or submit someone on the outside, then you will get that elimination. And that, of course, is to allow for more chances for eliminations. Everyone in this match is looking to impress. And, of course, we'd like to have done more traditional 2v2 tag matches, but we've got a lot of tag teams stepping up, a bunch of new ones, a bunch of alumni, and this match is representing that, of course. So a brief introduction to some of the teams if you have not seen them before, or if you're new to WIW. Of course, the most notable ones in the bright green jerseys, as you see, Kazarian Xander, Patrick Green, otherwise known as the Linebacks. They had the debate, of course, of whether or not they are the most successful tag team in WIW history when facing off against the Wolfpack. And of course, I think they made their statements known that they believe that they are the greatest to ever step foot in the team. Multiple-time Fight Night and Mayhem Tag Team Champions. These two have truly done it all. But right now, they're both getting their respective asses kicked here by the newest members of this tag match, Duke Maxwell and Owen Garrett of the House, who are making their debuts here in WIW, yet to make an appearance, and right now looking to make a strong first impression against some of the most established teams that WIW has to offer. And of course, else in this match, we saw at one for the road, Merritt and Nux returning in a similar matchup, and Merritt and Nux put on a decent performance, Nux more than most. And Nux always was probably more of the impressive of the two, but Merritt always the brains of the operation, and the Order will be looking to produce higher level results here to move themselves up the tag ranks and make sure that they stand a chance of getting drafted into the ranks. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, the only and first Revolution Tag Team Champions, Alex Wolf and Dustin Kane of the Immortals, who formed from the get-go with Revolution an early alliance with who would become Revolution Champion, Amari Williams, and they formed a powerhouse little stable that controlled and dominated proceedings in Revolution. They oversee everything, and they were one of the most dominant tag teams that we had in the tag ranks on Revolution. And now getting a chance to see them square off. Oh, look at that beautiful work there from Duke Maxwell on the outside, sweeping, I think that was Dustin, and now Xander, who was losing control of that, takes advantage with a running knee. And now a submission on the outside here from Nux on Duke Maxwell. Referee seeing that, but he's not seeing the Xander pin in the middle of the ring on Kane. And now might go and make that, but I don't know if he's going to have time to. Nope. Count to one. Another count on the outside. You see it in the far corner. I didn't even notice that for a second there. Owen Garrett was going for the pin on Merritt. And with only 15 minutes, everyone's going to be desperate to get as many eliminations as possible to really show their stuff. Nux used to being the biggest man in this match, but Xander and Green are terrible, terrifying forces themselves. So he's got his work cut out for him here. Look at this. Oh, Dominator on the outside. Damage definitely being done there. And for me, like I was about to say, Xander and Green versus Wolf and Kane, that's almost a dream match for me, seeing two of the most dominant tag teams that WIW had squaring off with each other. Another cover here. This time Merritt's going for it on Owen Garrett, and he gets a 2. And now look at this in the middle of the ring. I think that's Nux with Xander in arms. And what's he thinking? Oh my God! Massive powerbomb to the outside while Green is doing a teardrop suplex. And in a match like this, you've got to keep an eye on yourself, your opponents, but also your teammate. If he gets eliminated, you're on your own out there, and you are defenseless. TKO to Merritt. From Merritt, sorry, to Alex Wolf, I think that was, and it's a 2 count. Apologies if I mess up the names, like I say, guys. We've got a lot of people in this ring, a lot of chaos happening. So be sure to keep your eye out, scout this match, watch this match a couple of times over, because you're going to want to know who the impressive people are in this matchup and who's going to fit up the ranks. And we have our first elimination. We didn't see it there, but it looks like to me Duke Maxwell of the house is eliminated. Meanwhile, in the ring, Dustin Kane posing for the camera there, making for... Oh, and Xander did not like that. And already we're seeing some animosity between the two. Gets him up on the shoulders, though. And Xander is slammed down. And a huge slam. Oh, he's thinking about going for the cover. He is going for the cover. Lordica's trying to get through the pile of bodies to get this pin. And he can finally do it. Finds the space to do it. And it's a 2 count. Too long for the referee to make the count. And Xander stays alive. And now he might be in trouble further, though. Triangle hold applied. Will he tap out here? We saw, of course, at One for the Road, they won their 2 out of 3 falls match with the second fall being submission. Now they might be victims to it. But this is exactly the type of pairing I wanted to see. The Linebacks and the Immortals. 2 tough teams. And now they're squaring off in the middle of the ring. Oh, was looking for it again. Looking to slam him down. But once again, went back to the well. And this time he had it scouted. And now he's going for his own electric chest slam. He had it scouted there. 5 minutes gone. 1 elimination. Maybe 2 now as Merritt is looking to eliminate Patrick Green. And he does. A huge elimination for Merritt. Patrick Green of the Linebacks has been eliminated. And Xander is on his own now, as is Owen Garrett of the house. And now look at this. The order. Oh, he's got Alex Wolf in a rear naked choke. A dangerous position here. Meanwhile, I see in the corner of my eye, Dustin's in trouble as well, as we're about to see a huge pounce. And that's exactly what you'd expect from a man of his size. The power, and he's going for the cover, and the referee sees it in perfect time. Could this be the end of Dustin Kane's night? He kicks out, but could it be the end of Merritt's night? No, another cover. This time Wolf on Merritt. Oh, I realized it was Nux that was pinned the second time, not Nux. See, I'm getting all confuzzled now. There's too many people in the ring, too much happening at once. And now, oh! Merritt caught him unaware with a huge running boot as Wolf was trying to set up for a finish of his own on Garrett. And that was nearly the end of his night. Oh my god, massive running drop kick there. The order of taking control on the inside, but right now, Kazari and Xander and Dustin Kane have been scrapping non-stop in this ring. Meanwhile, on the outside, massive German suplex to Owen Garrett, who is on his own. Dustin Kane caught taunting again, planted in the middle of the ring. Merritt now looking for his second elimination in this match to get rid of Dustin Kane. It's a kick out at 2. And Dustin Kane, he's been showing off a lot in this match, and it's been winding up Xander, but he took his eyes off the prize and he almost paid the price for it. Both of the Immortals still stand. Both of the Order still stand. Kazari and Xander of the Linebacks stays in, and Owen Garrett of the House stays in. As you can see, Green and Maxwell just scouting the scene. They need to make sure they don't get involved or do anything to compromise the match. And once again, Dustin Kane with a little smile to the camera there. He really seems to be showing off here. And once again, these two have locked eyes in the middle of the ring. Meanwhile, cover on the outside, which Lordicus is slow to get to. And right now, the Immortals doing what they can to try and eliminate Patrick Green, Kazari and Xander, excuse me. It's a 2 count, and now they're working together. The Immortals taking on the Linebacks, but not quite as the way that I'm sure the Linebacks would have liked. And there goes Owen Garrett. Merritt and Nux with elimination each. And we are down to the Order, the Immortals, and Kazari and Xander are the Linebacks. The House, maybe not the first showing they would have liked. Unfortunately, the camera cuts were kind of taking away from any impact they might have had in this match, but an early elimination from them, it's not going to look good for them. A huge suplex and a huge clothesline to follow through here, and a cover now, which I think was broken up accidentally there by Dustin Kane, who's now on the attack of Merritt. And the Immortals have taken control of the ring, went for the clothesline, ducks under, and he instead gets hit with a suplex. And he's holding on there, looking for maybe another one, German style this time. Beautiful work there, and right now Merritt having to form a little alliance here with Kazari and Xander to stay in control of the Immortals, who had taken control of the ring until that point. Now Merritt going up top, trying to stay on top of Dustin Kane, and he lays him out. Oh, but Kane rolls through! Kane rolls through! What an impressive maneuver! Gets him up on the shoulders! Oh my word! That is absolutely unbelievable! And the referee, slow to make the count, he eventually does! And that is an elimination! All day long, caught him out of the air, turned into the electric chair driver, and Dustin Kane eliminates Merritt, and now Nux is on his own, and I think, like the tag match at the four-way, he's going to have to form an alliance here, because if he doesn't, the Immortals are going to take this one. Both members of the Immortals stand. Nux and Xander, the two powerhouses of their teams, now have to survive to try and get their team the victory. And what's this? Oh, big swinging neck breaker, but he hooks through it. I've never seen a maneuver like that before. Hook through it, but Xander kicks out again. Xander is surviving, but that is really all he's doing. Nux really needs to be working with him here, or he's going to lose out on this matchup. And I think they split off again. But look at this. The animosity here, it looks like Xander only wants to fight Dustin Kane, and clearly those two early exchanges have not gone in their favor. And oh, into the barricade. And Nux clearly hasn't learned his lesson from the pay-per-view. He needed to form alliances, and he's not doing that here. The Immortals have once again taken control of the matchup. Cover off the several shots from the kendo stick. Xander can't break it up, and there goes Nux. Did not learn his lesson from One for the Road. The Order are out of here, and we are down to just Kazari and Xander versus Alex Wolf and Dustin Kane. Series of lariats, and he hooks the leg, and he gets it. Alex Wolf and Dustin Kane, the Immortals, clean house in a huge matchup with four top-tier teams. The Revolution Tag Champs continue their dominance. They were nearly impossible to beat when they were here the first time. They come in and they immediately show their dominance, eliminating one of the most established and well-dominated teams in WIW history. Well, I have a feeling that Xander and Green might not be seeing the end of these two. These two are looking to shoot up the ranks, but I couldn't help but notice the animosity there between the Linebacks and the Order. And the Immortals, excuse me. The Order held in there for as long as they could, but they made similar mistakes that they made at the pay-per-view. The house, maybe not the first showing that they would have liked, but room for improvement and a chance to show that they belong in WIW. An amazing tag match, but we've got plenty more action to come. Time to move on down the rest of the card.
This next matchup is interesting. A pairing that I've been informed have history. If I was to watch elsewhere, then I probably would have seen this before, but unfortunately that's not my area of expertise outside of WIW. You know, I'm a loyalist through and through. Out first, James Frost, who increased his draft stock dramatically last week with a huge win in a Fatal 4-Way match, which was the elimination one. He kicked things off well for his campaign, and now tonight he's got himself an opponent that, if he can beat, is going to massively increase his draft stock. And again, as I want to reiterate, the higher up in the draft that you get, not only are you more secured in your place, but the more points you will start with when the point system is introduced, which is going to give you more opportunities from the get-go. And Frost, that is what he's here for. He's here for the opportunity, the chance to go back to some full-time work and prove that he is one of the greats. He's a well-established, well-known name within the community, but now he's looking to become a well-established name within the world of World Internet Wrestling. And the person that he's going up against is going to help him do that tenfold. The multiple-time WIW World Champion, multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion, Hardcore Champion, leader of the most successful group in WIW history, even if that is a bit of a sore subject right now, in the Wolfpack, it is King Sam. And these two will be locking horns here in a one-on-one matchup. 15 minutes, of course, allowed. But these two will be eager to impress and improve his draft stock. King Sam, with a match headlining, of course, a pay-per-view at the last show, but I wouldn't say it was his greatest success story. Had a rough showing against SDC, and then, of course, ended in poor form with the Stephen Thomas ambush. And so he'll be looking to maybe shake off the cobwebs, try and improve upon his draft stock here and show why he is the face of the franchise, or at least he was for the longest time. Bell rings and away we go, and King Sam, oh! straight into trouble. Not learning his lesson there, runs straight headfirst into the danger. Tried to get on the offensive out the gate and couldn't do so. And there we go, getting himself back into things with a suplex. Of course, King Sam, we know what he's capable of. Oh, look at that! Springboard cutter. But Frost just gets up. Frost just gets up, unfazed by it, and lands a springboard of his own with the forearm. And King Sam caught off guard there. He was surprised that he just got up after the cutter, and he's now hit with a clothesline, and straight away Frost is on the offensive. And Frost and the Revolution brand, of course, like I said, didn't get as much of a showcase on that brand as much as he would like, but he's here to show that in those 5 years he's become bigger and better. And as for King Sam, he was on top of WIW and is now looking to get back to the top, and he flies over the top of the ropes there, splashing down onto him and trying to get back on the offensive after a bit of a slow start to this one, and a beautiful double underhook suplex there. Very nicely done from King Sam, and that's more like what we're used to seeing from him. Def Lordicus, of course, overseeing the proceedings here in this matchup. King Sam needs a win desperately to pull some momentum back. It's been a rough start to the return of WIW, losing his faithful group, the Wolfpack. David not coming back to wrestle at all and choosing the retirement road, or at least I think it's the retirement mode. At least he's not coming back to WIW. And Steven, well, Steven's branched off, said he's had enough of his former partner and is now thriving in the driver's seat right now. He's one of the highest prospects at the moment, according to the mock draft that I'm looking at, which is not public knowledge, I'm afraid, so I can't quite disclose that just yet. Massive pop-up powerbomb, and once again, King Sam is back on the back burner, and now he's going to get hit with a dive of his own, but he saw it coming. He was smart there, he knew it was coming. And look at that, strutting up to him with confidence. And now you're starting once again, like he did at the pay-per-view, to see that aggression creeping in. A bit of frustration, perhaps. Everyone has been saying that King Sam hasn't been the King Sam that we know from before. He's not quite as sharp. His wrestling's got lackluster. Steven left him because he said in 5 years he's just sat on his ass and he's not done anything. And of course, he's going to need to prove that that's not the case, because with the field as competitive as ever and the roster more concise as ever, he needs to show from the get-go he has what it takes to make an instant impact. Went for a headbutt, but gets caught! Big mistake there from King Sam. Massive Impaler DDT. He's cut open, it looked like, on the head there, and it's a 2 count. And Worrystein's here, look at this, Frost staying on the attack. Massive suplex from a deadlift position. King Sam is in trouble. And now Frost lining up something big here, looking for a Superman punch perhaps, and he finds it. Hook of the leg, early stages here. King Sam is in a lot of trouble. Oh my god! What? In less than 5 minutes, James Frost has just beaten King Sam, one of the most established wrestlers in WIW history, has just been knocked off in a matter of minutes. Well, that is going to bump his draft stock dramatically, but King Sam, maybe not for a loop there on the Impaler, was definitely cut open. He's wiping away the blood now off camera, but what on earth has gotten into King Sam? It's like he's a completely different person these days. Look at him, he looks dazed, he has no idea what's just happened. And, oh no. And he's come to gloat to prove his point, I guess. It looks like Steve rubber stamping this point in, that King Sam is not the man that he seemed, or at least he used to be. And after a quite frankly shocking result, we move on down the rest of the card to explore the rest of the men's division. Another fatal 4-way on our hands here to determine rank and placement within the world of WIW. And that is important here. Like I say, the more you can improve your rank, the higher your rank will be, and when you are drafted, the more points you will start with. And these points are going to be crucial for your development in WIW. You need to get off to the best start you can in these trials, because you don't know how many matches you're going to get, you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get to really showcase what you are about, especially in the singles division. The men's singles division is the most competitive field. A lot of people are not going to make the cut. From the best estimations, we are going to lose quite a few people, so you need to show that you have what it takes to be up there. And that rings true to a former Cruiserweight champion here in Jakobah Coney, who is making his way down to the ring. The Burrow, who rubber stamped his place as the top man in the Cruiserweight division, but now needs to rubber stamp himself higher up the ranks. Didn't have a great first showing at One for the Road, and now needs to step up and really prove what he's worth. Of course, a lot of people have the advantage of being in these trials over Big Willie, but Big Willie has the establishment of being one of the top competitors in all of WIW history, one of the longest reigning internet champions, one of the most dominant champions we ever had. And so Big Willie's going to have a higher stock regardless of what happens. So you need to really rubber stamp yourself, because there are people who won't be in these trials who are going to have higher placement than you just because of their name value. And one of those people might be the natural born thriller, Sylar Jordan, who stormed onto the scene in Season 2, what was a member of the Road to Glory tournament for Season 2, and of course came in and within the first 2 months won the European Champion. He's someone who knows how to come in, make a scene, get himself noticed, and produce results. He didn't have a great showing at the Big Willie Big Invitational, but tonight he'll be hoping to get an impressive victory over this man, the leader of the Samoan Society, the group that has been throughout these trials showing what they're capable of in Aku. So far, they have a win, draw, and loss. And so another win here would go a long way into proving how good this group is. They're still finding their feet here in WIW. There's a lot to take in here, but again, Kiahi was able to get a strong win in his Fatal 4-Way. Aku will be looking to do the same against a much stronger field here in two former WIW champions. Not world champions, of course, European and Cruiserweight, but two are champions nonetheless, and two established members of the roster. And in making your debut in front of the WIW crowd, it can be a bit draining, and will need to prove himself there. And another man who will need to prove himself, making his debut, Jay Evans, who describes himself as the quintessential life of the party. He'll be looking to come in here and make an instant impact in his debut and prove he belongs here.
Put 15 minutes on the clock, bell rings and away we go. Another fatal 4-way, remember. No countouts, no disqualifications. This fatal 4-way is also an elimination. So if you can survive the 15 minutes, you're going to get the most bang for your buck here. And we've already seen some of these guys in action. And Sylar Jordan here. Oh! A massive curve stomp off the middle rope there, essentially, from Sylar Jordan. And that's how you get things going. Now, I guess the person that most people will be familiar with out of these four, probably Sylar Jordan. Sylar Jordan, former European champion, former participant, of course, in the Road to Glory tournament. He came into WIW looking for success, and he has found greatness in WIW in the past, but now will be looking to elevate his game here, as he tried to do there with a springboard Phoenix splash, it looked like. But Jakobah Coney got out of dodge. And of course, Jakobah, someone else that people will remember as Jake Griffiths, former Cruiserweight champion. The Burrow declared the Year of the Burrow, which pretty much came to fruition. He became a champion, became a featured name on the brand. He delivered on his promises and will now be looking to bring that same level of success on his second attempt round. And then, of course, we have two debutees here. One who is a relative unknown in Jay Evans, but he has referred to himself as the existential life of the party. So he will be out here looking eagerly to impress, show off what he's capable of. And he's looking to do so here with a big pinfall over Sylar Jordan. And it's only a 1 count in these early stages. And of course, every win is crucial. And of course, probably the most anticipated debut out of all of the debutees, the leader of the Samoan Society, Aku. Now, of course, we've already seen Kiahi and Makoa and Makani debut, as well as Sefina, who debuted a little earlier on tonight. But Aku is looking to step up now and show why he's the leader of such a dominant stable that already has incredible draft stock. Aku, although saying that, is not paying any attention. Almost made to pay the price there. He's hitting the back with a drop kick from Sylar Jordan. And in the early stages of this matchup, I will ask, actually, how do you guys think and rate the performance of Def Lordicus so far? His positioning needs a bit of work, I would say. He tends to get in the way of the camera, but I guess that's going to happen with a 7-foot alien, I guess. So let me know how you guys think. And if you guys want to see anybody else do some refereeing, please let me know. We might be able to get some other returnees, a couple of different referees in here. It's a bit tricky to work around the schedules, but we might be able to do some guest refereeing as well. And right now, Jakobah Coney trying to get a rubber stamp in this matchup here. Jay Evans, I've noticed, controlling the majority of the ring. He's been the one who's been in there the most. And look at this. On the chair goes Coney, excuse me. And already the full weight bringing my brain to mush as these lot are all fighting position. Ducks under. Oh, but Coney able to catch himself. Try to turn it into a running boot, which Jay Evans saw it coming. Oh my God, right over the chair as well now. Up on the shoulders, electric chair. What is he thinking here? Oh my God! On the chair! What a slam! And that was nearly the end of the night for Jakobah. And the Burrow was in a lot of danger there as he landed right on the chair with that huge slam. And now back on the chair again. This time with a Falcon Arrow landing to Jay Evans into the cover, and it's a 2 count. And they're exchanging big blows on the inside. Meanwhile, on the outside, big blows being exchanged as well between the leader of Samoa Society, Aku, one of our highest prospects here from the newcomers, and Sylar Jordan, one of our probably top prospects from the familiar names. And Jay Evans was going for something there from the springboard, but he was caught out there by Jakobah, who is now trying to see if he can seal the deal here. No elimination so far with 5 minutes gone. Remember, not every match is going to go to the victory, but everyone is trying so hard to prove themselves. They're leaving themselves a bit more vulnerable than usual. Maybe not being welcome to take as many hits because they're trying to go on the offensive. And right now, Aku is fighting off a 2-on-1 ambush here between Sylar Jordan and Jay Evans. And Jay Evans planting Aku there with a huge slam and looking to get rid of Aku. And it's only a 2. And now look at this, trying to keep his momentum here. Oh, butterfly slam. I'm not quite sure what to call that one. But he plants Coney with it. And that could be the end of Coney's night. And it's not. Well, Jay Evans with some high impact moves, but unable to see anybody off in that early exchange. And we have officially hit the 5-minute mark in this match. Coney now taking out Jay Evans. And now Sylar Jordan has re-entered with the chair in hand. But Coney saw it coming. And now swinging the 2 WIW alumni. Trading strikes, and now Aku going to try and get in on it, but it looks like Coney had an answer to that as well. And finally, he's starting to take some control in this matchup. And Jay Evans with the ultimate equalizer, this time being the chair. And oh no! Down goes with the clothesline goes Jay Evans, who looks like right now he's having the same arm troubles that we saw at the pay-per-view. Not from himself, of course, but the arm troubles of Big Willie, but it looks like he's shaking it off now, but maybe an arm injury now to Jay Evans. That's proving to be a common problem at the moment for WIW stars. And now look at this. For the first time, bit of double teamwork and a double suplex onto the chair. Jay Evans and Sylar Jordan trying to outdo each other again, ducked the clothesline, but missed the springboard cutter. And now, Sylar Jordan's mistake might see the end of Sylar Jordan's night, but it's only a 2. And then, oh my God, almost bounced off the chair shot. Knee from Aku, but he's going straight into the suplex of Jay Evans, who's looking for a massive line and connects, and he lands on the chair as well. The chairs are coming into full play in this matchup. What a 4-way so far. I wouldn't say anyone is taking complete control, but everyone is having their moments. Massive headbutt there by Jay Evans, pulls him back up into a suplex. And now Sylar Jordan from behind. This is why no one's been able to take control. Plants him on a chair. Beautifully done. And now Coney and Sylar Jordan, the 2 vets of WIW, working together here. Got him in quite the tangle. What's he thinking? Oh, massive stomp to the back of the head. And the Natural Born Thriller, for the first time in a little bit, trying to take control, but a bit of taunting on the outside. And he interrupts Aku, whatever he was planning to do. And the Burrow now trying to take control. So much action happening here, and Sylar Jordan does the right thing to get out of dodge. And Aku now left in the ring on his own. But Jay Evans back with the weapons. Aku went for a springboard, misjudged it, and he ends up meeting the canvas. And it looks like now we're about to have all 4 men for the first time in this matchup on the outside. And the way this is going right now, I don't think we're going to get any eliminations. All 4 men eager to impress. No one's really gone for the cover. There was 1 or 2 in the early stages, but it doesn't look like it now. And Aku using his superior strength there and skill to Sylar Jordan to get him done. And the Natural Born Thriller was a fan favorite in the season 2 days. Of course, he wasn't around for long, unfortunately, but when he was there, he shone, and he's looking to do the exact same here, maybe now with a longer stay in WIW. And Coney now, what's he thinking? Abdominal stretch here, just trying to wear down Jay Evans, and that's not the worst idea here. Wear him down on the outside. Of course, submissions will not count on the outside, but it's always going to help. And once again, another chair landing as Aku lands Sylar Jordan on the chair, who is feeling his back there. And Jay Evans able to get out there, but again, you see Jay Evans kind of using one arm to get out of there. I feel like they're still feeling the chair afflictions from the arm injury he looked like he sustained earlier. And he's really trying to keep up with the pace, but those arm injuries will do the damage. Just ask Big Willie. Plants him down there with a cutter in the middle of the ring with Sylar Jordan. And Sylar Jordan now might be looking for a way to put Coney away. And he's going for the Dragon Sleeper. Dragon Sleeper contorting the body. He's trying to scrummage to get out. And that is the first elimination. In a match which didn't look like we were going to have any for a longest period of time there, the Natural Born Thriller eliminates Jakobah. And the Burrow's not going to be happy with that result. And now Aku has Sylar Jordan in a vulnerable position. Jay Evans left alone in the ring to recover. And again, you can see him resting on his arm there. I feel like he really has done the damage to his arm there. It's really going to hinder him, but look at that. It didn't stop him trying the eccentric. And that is what it's all about. He missed on that occasion, but everyone is so desperate in these trials to show their worth. And right now, Aku has taken complete control of these two. The leader of Samoan Society showing exactly why he is. Uranagi to the barricade. And Jay Evans, in his attempts to show off his eccentricity, might have just cost himself a foothold in this match. But Sylar Jordan coming to the rescue there of Jay Evans, if only for a minute, before tossing him into the barricade as well. And the Natural Born Thriller takes a minute to soak up the fun and the admiration from the crowd. But the life of the party were looking to bring a bit of flavour into the match himself. Massive drop kick, super kick, excuse me. Comes back into the ring, only to meet the chair of Aku, and quickly gets out of dodge. Smart play there, had the chair shot. We have 10 minutes in to this 15-minute matchup. Aku, Jay Evans, and Sylar Jordan remain, and these three are really giving each other a run for the money. Sylar Jordan getting rid of Aku again, and Sylar Jordan once again soaking up the crowd admiration. The Natural Born Thriller no shy to showboating. And a big chair shot to Jay Evans. And with 5 minutes left, who would you even say is right now the front runner in this matchup? These three are really trading all of the shots. They're all taking turns to taunt. They're all trying their best to do the most impressive maneuvers that they can. I think you'd argue that they've all put in a really good performance here. If this ends in a three-way tie, this is going to bump up all of their stock. And right now, they're all getting in each other's way as they're trying to execute maneuvers. And what a combo here from Jay Evans, and rolls through there with a meteora. Sylar Jordan on that occasion was willing to let him, and is now going to strike whilst the iron's hot. A couple of combo strikes from himself before nailing him with a DDT, and straight back to taunting to the crowd. And now Aku coming face to face with Sylar Jordan, gets hit with a knee. Oh my god! Massive Dragon Rana on the outside, and Sylar Jordan getting himself a foothold in this match now. But Jay Evans going to try and slow down the momentum, and he gets him back in the ring. I thought he was going for the stairs, but instead he's thrown him back into the ring with Aku, who's able to recover. Kick to the gut, but Jay Evans intercepts whatever he was going for and beautifully executes a maneuver. Aku's night could be over. Brilliant work from Jay Evans. Brilliant ring awareness from Jay Evans, knowing exactly when to come back in and when to land that strike. But unfortunately for him, Aku was able to power through it. And Aku's rolling out of harm's way now as Jay Evans squares off with Sylar Jordan. And a huge elimination it would be if he can get it. Massive brainbuster there, fisherman style. And then now using the chair to his advantage as well. With only 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the contest, these boys need to get a move on if they're going to try and get the win. But it looks like right now we are looking at a three-way tie. And Coney for a long time looked like he was going to survive too. It was still a decent showing from him. But right now, we are down to just 3. And right now, at any moment, any of these guys could go, and a bit of showboating on the outside again, and the super kick to the gut. Oh my god, look where that chair is as well. Oh! And Jay Evans keeps himself alive there with the dodge of the axe kick. Could have landed on the chair as well. Sylar Jordan now re-entering the ring. Step up enziguri there. And now Jay Evans. Oh! Lariat there from Sylar Jordan. Still the only man in this match with the elimination. 2 minutes to go. And all 3 men are surviving. Desperation cover here. Trying to get rid of Jay Evans. But the damage still isn't enough. And Evans is going to get out of the ring. And Aku is met with a chair on the way back up, which I think has just cut the leader of the Samoan Society open. Less than 2 minutes remaining, and all 3 men are still alive in this match. That could change in a heartbeat. And look at this, a bit of teamwork there between Jay Evans and Aku. And Aku set up Sylar Jordan for the axe kick. Going for a cover. And Jay Evans, I think, stopped that in its tracks, and the referee called it as a break before the pin could even occur. 90 seconds less than left in this contest. Aku, who's been landing these axe kicks, keep getting interrupted by Jay Evans, who just does a rolling stunner there. We're coming down to the last minute in the contest. 3 minutes left. Sylar Jordan gonna use weaponry from the outside, maybe. Kendo stick in hand. Last minute, lads, to show what you're worth. Last minute to leave a lasting impression in this matchup. Aku now. Big kick to the gut and a DDT, which I think has just cut open Jay Evans. Massive running knee and a kick to the gut. And now, thinking the axe kick there, but once again not paying attention to his ring awareness. And the lifeless body of Sylar Jordan got in the way. And Aku, bicycle kick. And now in the kendo stick shot, and with the last 30 seconds remaining in this matchup, might be looking to rubber stamp his authority in this matchup. Massive strikes and a massive lariat as well. And the Samoan Society leader looking to end this match on a high. Big elbow drop, 10 seconds remain. Went for the knee there, misses Jay Evans. And is he going to eliminate Jordan in time? Once again, Jay Evans intervenes. And we have, for the first time, a 3-way tie. And I don't think all 3 of these men will be happy with that. And the crowd are definitely going to want to see more of these 3. What a performance. And even Jakobah, he got caught off guard with the elimination. But what a matchup between all 4 of these men. 3 men remain standing. Who impressed the most? Be sure to let me know, because that was a close contest all around. Let's move on down the rest of the card.
Last but certainly not least tonight, it's main event time, and it's a big main event. Following the fallout from One for the Road, Lawless, otherwise known as Malcolm Black, and Bruiser Brad make their debut as a tag team, which we have been informed that they will be going forward, representing the newly formed Devine Right. They will go up and against an established group in the Justice, Brad Skeens and AD Nathaniel, who will both be entering into the singles category, will not be a tag team going forward, which might give these 2 the edge, but I don't know how long they've been teaming for. I know they have a history together as a group, but they are definite singles competitors, and they are going up against 2 top-level opponents in AD Nathaniel and Brad Skeens, who will be hungry for revenge following, for the first time probably in their entire careers, being outnumbered by the Devine Right. Mason Foster not out at ringside here, because they have been given the floor to do whatever they want to each other. It's Extreme Rules, Tornado Tag. 1 fall to the finish, though. So it's about who can get the job done. And remember that they're not just here to beat the crap out of each other. Although, knowing how justice works, they'll be looking to do the judge, jury, and executioner's job right here tonight in tonight's main event. And bump their stocks up, because this is, for both of them, their first trial matchup. So who's going to get the job done in this huge main event matchup with so much history?
15 minutes on the clock, bell rings and away we go. And this is going to be a hostile main event. 2 teams with a lot to say to each other. Justice, the ones out for revenge after being ambushed last week by the newly formed Devine Right. And Bruiser Brad and the newly dubbed Lawless looking to stamp the authority down on Justice. Justice, of course, have been a burden on Mason Foster for a long time, and these two will be looking to stamp down their authority and tell Justice that their numbers game has run short, and it's not going to help them anymore in their fight to dominate WIW. For AD Nathaniel, this would be a huge bump in the draft stock after a loss in the Fatal 4-Way last week. For Skeens, it is his first showing in the trials. Of course, didn't get the win at the pay-per-view due to the interference of these two. And right now, he's trying to use this match to bump up his draft stock, but mainly, this is about getting revenge on these two. And now look at Bruiser Brett dumping him over the top rope there, and the Divine Right have taken early control. In Malcolm Black, we saw, of course, in WIW before in the Revolution brand, didn't get as much of a showing as he would have liked due to the early stages of Revolution being towards the end of WIW, but he was a strong competitor, and now dubbed Lawless to match the incredible style that he brings and the unhinged nature of this group. As for Bruiser Brad, we've seen him dominate in the tag scene before, we've seen him dominate in the solo scene before in WIW, predominantly on the Fight Night brand, but he's a different beast these days, and showing his strength here as he matches up with the equally as powerful AD Nathaniel, who gets planted down there. And Bruiser Brad and Lawless taking early control of this matchup from the get-go. And Skeens, we know how dangerous he can be, of course, famous for that devastating spear from out of nowhere, which can be caught at any time, even when it seems like the momentum is not in his favor. We saw a glimpse of it at the pay-per-view, but Foster was able to survive. And Mason, we know, will be watching backstage with eagerness to see how this one progresses. And Justice, we know how devastating they can be. Of course, no Lachlan this time around, so the numbers advantage is no longer with them. Mason Foster not out here. He's letting the boys do what they need to do and respecting the fact that they can get it done. And all laid on the table there is Lawless. And I think this new pairing off here is working better for AD Nathaniel, pairing off with Lawless over Bruiser Brad. And Skeens looking like he's been cut open there on the outside, actually, and already starting to feel the effects of this matchup. And now look at this, catching Lawless unaware, massive spinning knee. And that's what we'd expect from a former world champion, former European champion, someone who's done it all pretty much in the singles divisions of WIW. And to my knowledge, it's still not been confirmed, but they are still not entering as a tag team. Look at this. Oh my god! Canadian Destroyer! Double covers here! Skeens is covered! 2 count! Now Nathaniel had time to recover off of it. It's a 1 count. And Justice really on the back burner here. They are fighting against it. And this is the thing that everyone was saying about them in the past. With a level playing field, they weren't able to do the job. And it was, through the stairs at him, and luckily Nathaniel was able to avoid. Skeens trying to take control here, but the second he deals with one, the other one appears. But now it looks like they finally might have the ring under control. Massive knee to the face. And Skeens and Nathaniel, for the first time really in this matchup, have taken control. Lays him out here. Slams him down with almost a side effect. Big suicide dive. And he looks like he cinched it in there for a submission as well, but Lawless is able to escape it. An explosive start to this matchup. As much as it's about proving themselves here, it's also about stamping the authority down. Big DDT planted down. Skeens. This will be a huge victory if he can get it done here. It's a 2 count. And I want to point out that this is not elimination, this one. This is 1 fall to the finish. And it looks like Malcolm Black might be looking for the finish. Hooking the leg. Looking for the win. And he couldn't get it because Nathaniel makes the save. And a good thing too there, I thought Nathaniel might not have made the break, but he certainly does, keeping him alive. And right now the Divine Right are looking in great shape to wrap this one up, but the team of Justice are holding on in there. Lawless, keep catching myself saying Malcolm Black. Lawless laying him out there on the other side, and Bruiser Brad doing the same to Nathaniel. And Mason Foster, you can bet, will be watching backstage with a smile on his face, as right now Justice are on the back burner. Skeens now seeing Brad running towards him, went on the offensive, and there's the forearm. And of course we can say what we like about Brad Skeens, but he has been a top competitor for a long time, and some will say that he needs the help of Justice to get his wins. But it didn't stop him being European champion, and it didn't stop him being world champion. He's proved himself here before on numerous occasions, and tonight is looking to once again rubber stamp why he's one of the top names in the WIW brand in previous history. Lawless trying to keep on top of Skeens here, but Skeens is once again has an answer to him. Elbow to the jaws. And right now Nathaniel is in control of Brad as well. Finally, Justice have rubber stamped themselves in this match, but the cut on Skeens' face is getting progressively worse. Now a chop to the face. And now plants him down as well. Nathaniel is thinking about using the stairs there. And he gets them. And Brad needs to be careful. He walked right into it. And this is much more like it here from Justice. Stamping their place in this matchup. And Brad planted down. And now look at this. The big boot here. From Brad Skeens to Lawless. And now AD Nathaniel getting Bruiser Brad back into the ring. Skeens does the same. And Justice surrounding the ring. And now they're both back in there. Looking to finally put this one away maybe. Springboard forearm to Bruiser Brad. And a double cover from the boys. Both of them getting counted. One. Kicked out at one. And he kicks out at two. Both able to survive there. The Devine right now, after what was a strong start, starting to slip away in this matchup. Huge super kick here to the jaw of Bruiser Brad. And a big suplex to follow. And I think AD Nathaniel was looking for a chair, but Lawless had it scouted. And now Skeens, what's he thinking? Sending him off the ropes. Could we be seeing it? Oh! Went for the spear, but he mistimed it. He mistimed it. And that might pay dividends. He went for the finishing blow. Looking for it again. This time he connects. Lawless wiped out of the ring as well. Malcolm's going to need to make the save. And he does. And now Skeens caught away a DDT. Impaler style. And Bruiser Brad back to his feet now. And Lawless gets rid of Nathaniel. That could be the finishing blow. And it's not. He holds on. Skeens surviving. What a main event we are seeing here. These two teams just trying to tear each other apart. And now AD Nathaniel trying to wipe out both members here. Oh, and he does. There's the big boot. And now we're down to Lawless and Nathaniel, who's not paying any attention. And Malcolm Black is now going to make him pay for his hubris. 6 minutes remaining, or 7 minutes remaining, I guess, as it were. And a DDT there. And looking to use the baseball bat. Lawless saw it coming, and he dealt with the threat. And now swiping him out with a neck breaker. The Divine Right starting to re-establish themselves in this match. It's been a roller coaster of a match for these two. But they have once again re-established control. And a wipe out there of AD Nathaniel. And Skeens now mocking Bruiser Brad on the outside. And I think at noticing that, Lawless is coming to his rescue. Or maybe actually, maybe he's thinking something else here. Ooh. Decided against it in the end. Maybe going for something more simple to keep the big man down. Malcolm Black. Now known as Lawless. I keep having to catch myself. Now maybe looking for a finish as he goes to the top rope. And I think Skeens is recognizing that. Big splash. And Skeens lying in the wait. And oh, he wasn't paying attention, Lawless. He's wiped out by Skeens. We're coming to the end here. And I think Skeens might be looking for the exclamation mark. Big knee to the back of the head. Misses. Malcolm Black saw it coming, lands a knee of his own. Skeens in trouble. And now what's he thinking here? Oh my god, all the weapons! Lands right on the head of the table there. Nathaniel's in the ring. Can he save Brad? He can. And you can tell everyone is beat here. They're on their last legs. It's about now who's going to do it. Oh, look at this. Went for a rebound clothesline, it looked like. But Lawless saw it coming and was able to counter it. Has him up on the shoulder, big shoulder breaker there. And Skeens caught him off guard! And that is what Skeens does best. Catches him, but now Brad caught Skeens. Big suplex. Looking for another one, maybe? He does. A second German suplex. Looking for the trifecta here. Oh, Nathaniel trying to pin Malcolm Black, but Bruiser Brad saw that, was able to deal with it, and now might need to pay attention. Looking for a chokeslam in the ring, maybe. Couldn't get it. Skeens now instead looking for a DDT. Leaps out of it as well for added impact. 10 minutes gone, 5 minutes left. Skeens now looking for the finish. And no, instead, Lawless saw it coming. And now Nathaniel saw that coming. And now hits him with his own move. His own maneuver. Wipes him out. And it looks like Justice are going to get the job done here. And they do. And the established teamwork of these two able to get the job done here. Skeens and Nathaniel get a huge win over the Devine right. Not how they would have liked to start things for this team, but Justice getting the job done. Question about whether they could do things on a level playing field. They were able to do it tonight at the very least.
And Skeens and Nathaniel proving why they were such a dominant force the first time round. Devine right, a good first outing, but not enough to get the job done. Oh no, come on Skeens, no! There's no need for this. You got the job done, but I guess they're trying to get their last little licks in, get their revenge. And with even playing fields, that's not going to help them. But hold on a minute, Mason's here, trying to level the playing field. Wait, Mason was coming to level the playing field, but who is that? Wait, the cut above the eye. Now correct me if I'm wrong, I see the cut above the eye. His hair is different, but that looks to me like original Brad, the first ever world champion who has just laid out Mason Foster, and now Skeens tossing him back into the ring here. Why has he just done that? If that is original Brad, why has he just done that? Why has he just wiped out Mason Foster, who was coming to save his team? And now Skeens has his former arch nemesis in the ring in a vulnerable position. Nathaniel has wiped out the other two. Oh my god, and the table being set up. Skeens sending a statement to Mason Foster. The numbers don't always tell the full story, and once again, always has a backup plan. Mason Foster sent through the announce table, and I am shocked at what I have just seen. And here he is again. Yeah, no, that's definitely him. Original Brad is out here with Justice. What on earth is that all about? What a way to end the show. Brad Skeens, he found his answer to the 3v2 advantage and has taken advantage of Brad's presence here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. What a way to end it. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Stay tuned for plenty more action because we've got plenty more coming your way. That's it from me this evening. Peace.